Jeff and Jeremy. It's like a radiogasm.
I said, hey, babe, check it out on the podcast.
Apple Podcast, Google Podcast,
and Spotify.
All this is going viral.
That's a vuvuzela, by the way.
Is that a Mexican instrument?
Welcome to Cinco De Mayo. Hola, señor. Muy bien. Not tomato.
We have a daily text roundup coming up at a little after 9 o'clock this morning. Do you think we should do Cinco de Mayo? Like how people can dress up their masks?
Masks?
To celebrate the holiday?
But I don't have a mask. What mask are you talking about?
I'm not talking about your luchador masks. Is that what they're called?
Oh, the wrestling masks?
Hell, if you want to wear that too. I mean, I'm not gonna discriminate on masks. But
nobody has a luchador.
I was thinking the mask that everybody has to wear. The one that Mike yesterday said on the 805 Beer text line, he wanted to make a mask with a snorkel built in for people to be able to run and jog at the same time.
Oh, your face mask. I'm sorry. Gosh.
Cinco de Mayo.
See, it's so not an important thing to me that I forgot what you're talking about.
Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, because a lot of them are the disposable ones.
Right. You could do whatever you want with them.
So get a disposable, dress it up, and then we'll pick a winner, and you'll win a free pizza from Mama. This is Leia's.
This is the second day in a row that we've done like a picture contest. I don't want people to think that this is always going to be a picture contest. It just kind of has lent to it.
Well, when something falls in front of you, you pick it up and you run with that ball.
A picture contest.
The ball drops in front of you. You got to pick it up and run.
We will get to reading your texts that we miss out on. But today's a holiday. It's a big holiday for many people that live around here, and that's Cinco de Mayo. It always blew my mind that St. Patrick's Day was a bigger holiday here than Cinco de Mayo, but that's fine, whatever.
Chipotle's giving out a burrito today. If you go there, you buy, and you're one of the first 50,000 people, and you answer 10 questions about Chipotle, and then you have to buy one, and then they'll give you one for free. Is that confusing? I'll say it again.
Yes, it is.
You go to Chipotle today, you have to be one of the first 50,000 people to enter a Chipotle building across the world. You have to answer 10 questions about Chipotle. If you have to get all of them right, and then if you buy a burrito, they'll give you one for free.
Jump through hoops much? I mean, come on.
It's like,
wow.
Well,
how are they keeping track of 50,000 people worldwide at all the Chipotle locations?
And they're doing it all this week, by the way.
All this week? How?
I don't know. In the computer, they probably say, all right, Jeff, right here.
I don't know. Maybe somebody working.
Oh, Jeff, you made it. You're 49,972. You just made it in.
Yeah, I would like to ask the people around here that work at Chipotle's how much business they do on a daily basis. Like, how many orders are they taking? I mean, is it upwards of 100, 150? I guess 50,000 is a big number to get to.
But then you have to answer 10 questions about. They call it the Chipotle IQ quiz, and if you get all those right, then they'll let you buy a burrito. And they'll give you one for free.
Don't you think it's just better to decorate your face mask,
and win a free pizza?
And win a free pizza from Mama Leia's Pizzeria. And they have a taco pizza there.
Yeah,
they have a taco pizza there.
I've noticed those are getting more popular. I haven't tried one, but I've noticed it.
They have a taco pizza there, and then
speaking of Mexican food, Doritos. Do you consider those Mexican? Doritos tortilla chips.
Not at all.
Well, they're coming out with
I'm pretty sure
extra flaming hot
Mexican
Doritos.
People would not consider it Mexican either.
Well, this is America.
Did you ever ask your friends down at the timeshare if they think Doritos are Mexican food?
No, they have Doritos there, but they're made by somebody else, and they don't taste anything like Doritos. But the packaging, oh my God, it looks just. I mean, they can do that because they're in another country. It's really funny. Really upset my wife. She's like, oh my God, I got this little bag of Doritos because I was craving some Doritos. These suck. They don't taste anything like Doritos. I'm like, yep, they can get away with that here. So, did we talk about this? Cheetos and Doritos coming up with their extra flaming hot, and they want to know which one is more hotter?
No.
We're just talking about food because it's early and we're just starting things
We're
off.
ready to eat.
Yeah, so Frito-Lay Company owns both of them, and that's what they're doing. So you can get the extra flaming hot nacho Doritos, which I definitely want to try. Now, I have tried the extra flaming hot Cheetos as of this last weekend, and they are so hot, I couldn't get them down without having a glass of milk next to me. Almost too hot. What else is on here I saw about food? Oh, McDonald's is going to introduce a strawberry watermelon slushie. Do you think your kids would like that?
Yeah. Both flavors are very popular with the kids.
I'm not getting a slushie. I'm not 7. I'm not 10.
You don't like slush puppies?
No, I don't do slushies anymore.
My favorite thing
I
to
do
do
like
is,
popsicles, though.
my favorite thing is to
split
take
fruit ones.
my kids to the Eagle Energy country store and get them the slush puppies because they never finish them, ever. And I swoop
Is that
in.
the one on Golden Hill there, right off the 40?
Yeah, right next to Paso Force.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they never finish the slush puppies. I don't know why. They want them so badly. And I'm like, yeah, sure, go for it. And then they don't finish them up, and I swoop in.
Now,
I get 2 different flavors.
Yes, if I had kids, I would swoop in and I would probably finish them. And who knows, I might
Just like I
them.
do with those mini tacos with my daughter. With my
an
son,
adult-
not so much.
Being an adult, just going into McDonald's asking for a strawberry watermelon slushie, I don't know if I'm doing that.
Yeah, that's a drive-through purchase. You're right.
Yeah,
Because then you can remain
you put your mask up,
somewhat
pull your
anonymous.
hat
Yeah,
down, put your
yeah.
sunglasses
on. Yeah.
Hey, dude. Hey, buddy.
I saw a guy panhandling outside of a store the other day, and I'm not convinced that the guy wasn't like just
anybody in a mask?
normal guy, because his face was totally covered. Like, he had the hat on, he had the Joe Biden aviators on, and he had the gator thing up. There's no way you could tell what this guy looked like.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have been you for all I know. Panhandling. I was like, God, that's good, brilliant. You can go completely anonymous and ask people for money and not even
How much money do you get,
people
though?
call you out on it.
Because I would get really bored fast. I mean, if somebody said, "Hey, if you stand here an hour, you'll get $100," I might do it.
I don't know.
I might give it a shot.
Like I said, that
But
one
if I
day
get
I saw
20
that guy
bucks,
get into
I'm
his
out.
van, and his van was way nicer than my van, and I was like,
Hey, bro, you got any tips?
"Hey, what happened?"
Well, this is the perfect time to become a panhandler because, you like you said, you can cover up and people don't have to recognize you.
Right, and people
Because
got
that's what I would
disposable
worry
income.
about the most, sitting on the off ramp somewhere and then somebody's like, "Hey, it's Jeremy." Hi, you loser.
Wow, did you take a turn for the worse?
Whoa.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Jeff and Jeremy here at your home for $1,000 in the $1,000 playlist brought to you by Perry Ford and Lincoln. It's 3 songs. You can still enter them. We're doing it all this week. We're doing it next week. We're doing it for a while, right, Jeff? And it's $100 every day. If you hear your 3 songs played in a row, just call or text him before your 3rd song is over. Phone numbers and all the information's on at kzoz.com if you don't already have it programmed in your phone. And we're also going to give away $1,000 to one person. So check it out now. Enter. Get all your questions answered. kzoz.com.
Here's a weird side effect, I guess, of climate change.
Climate?
Climate change. Polar bears and grizzly bears are starting to mate with each other.
Oh, yes. This has been something going on for a while, actually. And they're making the meanest son of a bitch, from what I understand, that's out there. It's like a new super species. Well, you tell me about it, but I mean, what I've read about it is it's bigger than a grizzly and bigger than a polar bear. It's like a freaking bear on steroids, and they're meaner than hell, and they're fast.
I didn't know that they were horribly like a super bear. Like, do they have? Yesterday I was talking about
That's what I've
possums
seen.
taking over the world. Should I worry about Pizzlies or growlers
No, you shouldn't. Oh, is that what they're calling them? Pizzlies?
or growler?
Or growlers?
We don't know which one.
Yeah,
it
well,
is.
if you're in Alaska, yeah, or if you're in the northern Canada,
Yeah, like in the Yukon, you probably have
bush.
to worry about
the
this.
Yukon, yeah.
The last time this happened was 500,000 years ago.
I believe the reason is because the climate change, things are warming up. Polar bears aren't able to survive up there, and they're migrating south.
Yeah, so
and
they're meeting in the
with
middle.
and they're mating with grizzlies.
The grizzlies it's too hot down south where
Right.
they used to be able to live, so they're going up north. And the polar bears are coming down south because the food supply is
Yeah.
running out up
I mean,
south.
think about it. You're a grizzly, right? You're running around the
I mean, up
woods.
north.
You've been seeing the same old grizzly bears your whole life.
Grizzly bears.
Yeah, just the same old. Bam!
Comes
a
across
blonde
your
shows up.
crosshairs.
Like, wow, look at this. Her snout's a little longer than yours. What's going on with this?
You like fish? I like fish.
Let me show you my vision, old baby. Yeah, but I don't know much about them other than what I just said, and that's what I'd heard.
Characteristics do they take? Do they take a mocha color?
It's kind of a blonde. From what I understand, it's kind of a more of a blonde tan than it is a grizzly brown or a white.
They found at least 8 of the hybrids emerged from pairings of one female bear, polar bear, and 2 separate male grizzlies.
Yeah,
stepping out. That polar bear.
I'm glad you brought this up because I've been wanting to talk about this because I've been watching this guy, David Paulides, and he's got a lot of good information. The missing 411. But what I learned and I didn't know this, and maybe if you buy bear spray, they tell you, but they were talking about this guy recently. I
just remember that intern we had for a week that bought bear spray, but then forgot it down in the car when she went on a hike and ran into a bear.
By the way, I follow her on Instagram.
The baby Pizzlies are cute.
She's still alive. So
okay, good.
Do you know where you're supposed to spray?
I don't give her much longevity, to be honest with you.
When you have bear spray, do you know where you're supposed to, when the bear's coming at you and you got the bear spray, do you know where to spray?
Right between the eyes.
See, no. You spray towards the ground because the bear will come at you with its head down.
Oh.
And chances are, if you go for the head, you'll shoot right over the bear.
Over the bear.
So when you hit the ground, that pepper from the spray will come up and get into its snout and it'll stop. And of course, if it doesn't, it's good to have a big gun right then and there. Because the people, did you hear that story?
This looks like a grizzly bear coloring, but polar bear build. Yeah. This bear.
This bear that killed this guy, he was a guide and everything. He just got caught off guard, and they went in to look for the bear. And when they found the bear, it charged them, and that had 7 people. They always say you're better to be off in pairs, if not 3, 4, 5. The more people, the less chances you have of being attacked by a bear. But this bear had an elk kill within 30 yards, and the damn thing came running at him at 80 yards, and they shot it, and it died just 10 yards in front of him. That's how close the bear got to mauling somebody.
Oof.
These were the guys. This was 6 or 7, fish and game and officers that went out, and they didn't want to kill the bear, but it charged them. And then they realized why. It's because it had a kill there, and it was defending its food. Even though, the bear doesn't know that we don't give a crap about that. We're going to avoid it.
Right, but they see us as a threat.
Yeah, they just always see us as a threat. You got to be careful going out in the woods, man. You got to at least have some bear spray with you.
Well, especially now if you're heading somewhat
she ran
north.
into a mountain lion first that was stalking them when
Does
they were
bear spray
camping in
work
their
on a mountain
tent.
lion?
And then, I don't know. I'm sure, yes, it would help. I mean, hell, we saw that video where the guy was backing up, and I kept thinking, God, just pick up a rock and throw it at him. And finally he did, threw it at her, and she took off. But, yeah, I don't know. You might want to talk to an expert. But, yeah, I mean, it's better than nothing if you're not going to have a firearm.
There's this show that my kids watch, and it's a camp show, like it takes place in a summer camp. And a bear comes in there frequently because it's in Maine. And
is this a cartoon or a TV show?
It's a TV show, but it's campy, made for kids,
sure.
On a set down in Burbank, but they say they're in Maine. And they always they bring a bear on the set, and the bear, comes in and scares them. They always say, walk slowly away from a bear. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. I did not know that. And I thought,
and the reason they say that is because
maybe Bunked was giving my kids bunk information.
Any animals you don't want to run from because they're faster than you, number one. And when you run, it's all of a sudden you turn into prey. So a lot of times they're not really sure about you, even if they're coming at you and you're going slow. They're still trying to size you up, figure out what's going on. This is from what I get from other stupid shows I watch. But you're not supposed to turn around and run. That's the worst thing you can do. As a matter of fact, depending on the bear species, there's 2 different things to do. A grizzly.
What about a Pizzly?
Like a black bear that we have around here, you want to make yourself as big as possible. Same with the mountain lion, from what I understand.
Pots and pans.
Bang and make as much noise as you can. Be as threatening as you can to them. With a grizzly, that's where you want to lay down in a ball and act like you're
Play
nothing.
dead?
Yeah, you're nothing. But I don't know if I could do that. And you want to protect your head because but The thing is, they're going to maul the crap out of you. It's just you may make it out. But, here's the thing. If you're going to go if you're going to go somewhere, don't listen to what I say. Do your own research. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. And if I was going to go somewhere, I would do more research. But
don't ever go anywhere where there's Pizzlys or growlers.
I watch some stuff on YouTube and stuff like that, some guides, some fishing guides, hunting guides, and this is the kind of stuff they talk about. And, mountain lions are completely different. Mountain lions, usually, they stalk you, and you're not going to see them until
will the Pizzlys go
back.
away if we all start driving electric cars? Will they phase back out?
Why would the grizzlies go away?
I don't know, because something about fossil fuels and ice caps melting and stuff like that.
Not in our lifetime, but maybe in 4 or 5 generations.
Wake up.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Jeff and Jeremy here, your home for the $1,000 playlist brought to you by Perry Ford Lincoln. They did not get a winner yesterday. Somebody did not hear their playlist and call in on time. That means we have $200 up for grabs today. You're listening for your 3 songs in a row.
As if we didn't have enough to worry about with coronavirus and where it came from. A massive piece of Chinese space junk is unpredictably circling Earth and could rain debris down on a metropolitan area in the next few days.
This is exciting.
This is exciting.
This is exciting, but at the same time,
I don't live in a metropolitan area, so
I want to see this.
That's what scientists are warning. It's a 21-ton object. It's the core stage of
21 tons?
Yeah, it's the core stage of one of China's largest rockets.
Wow.
It was launched. It launched the first module for the country's space station that we were talking about the other day, right?
Yeah.
Remember, and I told you
that was recently. Yeah,
I was joking around. I said if it's made in China, we don't have to worry about it that much. Well, now apparently we do, just like other things that are made in China. The core component separated from the rest of the rocket, and the remaining portion is supposed to take a predetermined path that would send it falling into the ocean. Instead, it is orbiting unpredictably, and they're like a Saturn missile. There are several possible places where debris that survives re-entry into Earth's atmosphere could come crashing down, including New York, Madrid, Beijing, Chile.
This is really like
southern Chile.
A wide variety of areas
Wellington,
on the
New
globe.
Zealand. Like you're literally talking about the 4 corners of the planet, okay? And so Chile and Wellington, New Zealand in the southern hemisphere. Experts say that it's unlikely that large pieces will survive the re-entry into Earth, but smaller pieces may make it to the ground.
Wow.
And
yeah,
you were
most
talking
of it's
about
going to
it
burn
the other
up.
day, and there's too much junk up there. What are we doing continuing to send stuff up there?
Well, they got to do a better job. They need to go up there and collect some of it. I don't know how you.
How do you do that? You get a big net? I mean,
I know that movie I was telling you about. I watched the stowaway thing where they were going to Mars. It's so weird because remember we used to have the space shuttle. How cool was the space shuttle? Now we don't have. Now we just have rockets again. It's like we went backwards. How did we go backwards?
Like the space shuttle would go up, do its tour,
cargo bay doors that would open. They could grab
RV.
junk and they could fill it up and then lock it down and then come back. But
And
now
now
we
we're just
have a
shooting
rocket.
rockets.
Yeah, we have rockets
It
and
seems
the
like
capsules.
a rocket's going off of Vandenberg every other week now.
Yeah, and it's in
And we
capsules.
just keep shooting rockets,
Well, I mean, yes.
Some of them land.
Those are satellites.
Some of them, unfortunately, don't land.
But, Jeff, I'm talking about how we get people back up into space. They just had some people come back. One of them was a former Cal Poly grad, or not former, he is a Cal Poly grad, but a former Cal Poly student, and they were making a big deal. But the same thing, they went up like they did in the 60s and 70s before we had the space shuttle.
Down in the ocean.
Yeah,
What's the splashdown all about?
Yeah, but we had to land that son of a bitch like an airplane.
Yeah, like, it was exactly like an airplane. It was an airplane that took you to space.
How did we go backwards? Now I realize the shuttle did have a couple of tragedies.
Problems, yeah.
There was 2 that it was just 2, right? It was the Challenger, and then
And I think the last one when the tiles started falling off. That's when they're
and the re-entry.
Yeah, they're like, no, we're not going to do this thing where we're coming back in those things.
But they have to have tiles on these capsules they're bringing back, right? I mean, it's the same thing.
You would think so. One would think. Are you scared at all about the 21-ton object that is going to rain down on metropolitan areas or southern Chile or Wellington, New Zealand?
I have a better chance of getting the coronavirus and dying from it than space junk hitting me in the head.
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to see the statistics on that.
I know I'm pissing somebody off right now, but honestly, I'm not worried about it because it's, the chances of it hitting you,
Which
I
is
probably
more
have a better
dangerous.
chance of winning the lottery.
Which is more dangerous, going to a Texas Rangers game or living in Wellington, New Zealand?